Okay, hello guys, today to another video. As you can see on the table, I promised you guys a shootout. So the contenders are here. The Audeze isinelx, the Blon BLO3, Moondrop spaceship, periodicaudio magnesium, and then I have the iemshootout as well. This is a bonus. Okay, so if you guys can take a look at the chart I have here. So from the source, I'm running it from my phone, which is the S10. I'm actually using it to record right now. Headphone jack. I used the 50% recommended volume of the phone. And then for the iemshootout, right, so there is a forward bass emphasis. Treble and the mids are, clear, but you can see it's like a V-shaped tuning, right? The instruments are forward than the vocals. 50%, actually the vocals are soft and smooth, but you can hear the instrument, more clearly compared to the vocals. Actually, you can hear the vocals clearly, but it's a bit recessed, I would say. Okay, so for the magnesium, bass is forward, which does not outlie the mids. So the bass is on par with the mids. I don't know, they are so-called, you can still hear the mids and the bass, but the bass are more, forward, meaning you can hear it louder and more clearer. So there's a powerful thumb in it as well. Mids are actually clear and loud as well. So using 50%, the vocals and the bass and the instruments are all loud enough and clear and smooth. So it's actually a very, very relaxed listen. There's clearly an emphasis on bass in this set, the magnesium, right? For the spaceship, which is this set, right? The instruments and bass are rather recessed, with the vocals forward and clear. So you can actually hear the vocals more clearly compared to the instruments and bass. Those are actually behind the vocals. 50%, actually the vocals are clearly heard, but the instruments are soft, which doesn't really pack a punch, right? The bass is very light. You can't really hear the thumping as good as the magnesium or the iemshootout. The Blons, right? So the Blons have the bass and vocals on par, which is very good. I really like this kind of tuning. It is very loud, really, and clear, and the bass are not overpowering as well, which really pack a punch. So you can hear the thumping very loud. Instrument separation is very, very good. You can hear all the different instruments, the drums, the guitar, the so on and so forth, the vocals as well. 50%, actually the bass is prominent and powerful. It's soft but hearable and resounding, so it's very, very smooth to my ears. Smooth and relaxed listen. Sound is loud enough to hear all the details, so the sound is very crisp and clear. The Blon BLO3. Okay, so turning to the next page. So I actually used the songs Nothing Else Matters by Metallica, Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin, Comfortably Numb by Pink Floyd, as well as One by Metallica. So these are my final rankings for this. Blon is actually number 1. The magnesium, the isinelx, and then the Moondrop spaceship, so followed by the Sony iemshootout. I actually chose the Blon for number 1 because I really like the sound of these. It is really phenomenal that you're getting these for $30. I can get why there's so much hype on these earbuds, because it is really amazing, and the build is actually not cheap at all. They use aluminum, polished steel kind of stuff, and the sound is just amazing. The magnesium, The sound is really good, right? I really like the vocals, the bass, but the build. This is a neutral tuning, I think. Sound is really good. I really like neutral tuned earphones, but the build, right? You can easily break the cable. If you can see the cable is so thin here. The isinelx here, right? The build is quite solid, even though it's made of plastic. You know, it's the cheapest in the isin lineup, but it is quite solid. You don't break easily. The sound is just average, you know. It's a bit closely tuned like the periodicaudio magnesium, but the vocals on the magnesium is really good, probably because this is an open back. That's why the sound leak. That's why it's not that good, even though it's in ear but open back. So I still prefer the magnesium over this, but this is also quite good. In terms of the spaceship, the build is also quite solid. This is actually metal or steel, I don't know, polished, shiny finish. Build is also very solid, but the sound, you know, vocal forward, but the bass recessed, and the instruments, you know, I listen to all this metal music. I want to hear the instruments, but it is not really that on par like the Blon or the magnesium. So really, I think, but the isins still have a more, you know, kind of fun listen compared to the spaceship, because the bass is really light on this, which is not really fun to listen to, you know. I like more bass, especially this track 1 by Metallica. It has a lot of bass, right? So a solid build but average sound. So this is number 4. Sony MH750, I dislike it the most. This is a V-shape tuning. I don't really like V-shape tuning, but really depends on your preferences. The build is also poor, you know, just a cheap plastic here, cheap plastic build here. I do like the ear tips, however, the isolation is very good, but the plastic poor build. And V-shape tuning is just not to my liking, even though it's metal, but actually there's still some vocals involved in here, and I just can't hear it as loud and resounding as the Blon or periodicaudio. So poor build and worse sounding. So that's why it's ranked the 5th, because the sound is just not to my liking. So poor build and worse sounding, Sony MH750. Okay, so thank you guys. Do like and subscribe if you like this video. I still have some few unboxing video coming up, and I'll be doing a comparison, hopefully between my truly wireless and headphones. Do comment what I can do to improve. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Okay, see you guys.